All right, happy Sunday, everybody. And because it's Sunday, you know it's time for my weekly offering to Zhao Gongming. And of course, time for a story. And I'm still kind of flip-flopping back and forth between which story I'm going to tell. So I guess before I get into that, first let me thank you, Zhao Gongming, for the help and guidance you've given me this week. And you have. I ask that it please continue, and I ask that you please put forth these ingots in the manner with which we have agreed, and to help those who don't have anyone to do them for them. The same with the ancestor offering money. Now, I will say that he did ask me to put an extra ingot in tonight. I don't know why, and I'm doing this ritual in the dark on purpose. Part of this because my lamp is really freaking cool. So pleased with that. Got a lot of compliments, and I really appreciate that. I was expecting it to be kind of a piece of crap, but I'm getting off topic already. So thank you, Zhao Gongming. Please accept these offerings. And I ask you to please continue your support moving forward. All right, now I will say that I did get a ritual from Zhao Gongming earlier this week, and I've started to put it into action a bit. But I'm having a hard time finding straw. Right, this is for straw, and the straw here is for like bedding, and so it's already less than 12 inches, and I need other straw. So I'll talk about that more after the burning. And I guess the story I'll talk about tonight is the oh wait, it's right here. Hell yeah. It's the Alcatraz, the Hedgehog in Iraq. So all right. First, let me at least do some of the ingots first. Hail Zhao Gongming, which he finds us funny. All right. So, Alcatraz, the Iraqi hedgehog. Yeah, they have hedgehogs in Iraq, and we didn't know that. But I found out the hard way. And by hard way, I mean I was scared shitless. And so let me frame the picture for you here. Yeah, I got punked by a fucking 2-pound hedgehog. So, oh crap, I need to turn this up. There we go. Okay. So let me make sure you can even see any of that. Up a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright, so what happened? Well, as you can imagine, being in the middle of the desert, with no real supply line, because this was still within the first month or so of the war, kicking off the ground war, not the air war. And so as you can imagine, fresh water is kind of hard to come by in a desert, right? Purified fresh water is even harder to come by in a desert, right? And yeah, they've got the Tigris, the Euphrates, things like that, but you got to be near it. And we were near a tributary, but we weren't there, right? We weren't any of the main arteries or anything like that. So 5,000 gallons of fresh water is a big deal. And so we were out there watching it while they were getting ready to move it to another place, we'll say. And turn that off. All right. And it's in these things that are kind of like a woven fabric. It's called a blivet. Right? And so it's kind of like a waterproof fabric almost looking thing that holds the water in, and it has a tougher exterior or something like that. But I mean, it's not going to be that hard to puncture. So we are overnight. There were 2 of us that were guarding this blivet, with all this water in it. And during the day, the water purification people would do it, but at night when things actually got hard, they would have us do it. And sorry, these aren't burnt fully. So I'm standing there with this guy, and he was a state trooper, right? Now, it's pretty obvious he was a bit of a soft state trooper, right? I'm not trying to be a dick. I don't harbor any ill will to the police, you know, not like that. This guy was just a dick, right? He was one of those dicks that joined the police force because he wanted to be a dick and he wanted to get paid to be a dick, and that was just the way he was. And unfortunately, he outranked me. But also, I guess you could say, unfortunately, he was a coward. And I'll say that to his face too. He was. Well, he'll have some smart ass come back, but he's a coward. And so we're hearing these noises over by this blivet, right? And it's an area that is away from the road. So if you were to approach this blivet with the intent of like poking holes in it and stuff like that, this is the area you would come from, right? There's kind of at a bit of a crossroads, at least with the trails. I mean, you're not going to go and carry this blivet off. You're not going to go and carry 500 gallons of that off because, you know, water's heavy, man. Water's really heavy. And so we knew that. And so, but if you were going to come sabotage this thing, that is exactly the place that you would go to. You would come from this direction, and you would come up here, you would start sticky stick, you know, let it leak out, and the rest of us go, oh shit, the next morning when we finally realized what happened, right? So we were a bit on edge. He was like, whoa, we should call it in. It's like, dude, nobody's gonna be here in time to do that. It's like, let's go out, let's you stay here, I'll see what it is. Whoa, what if you don't come back? Then guess you know something fucking happened, don't you? So I go out there and I can't see shit, of course, right? It's moonlight only, no night vision, nothing like that, but I can hear stuff moving. Stuff is moving. And it's not like it's like something kicking something as it's moving because it doesn't know where it is. Like if you didn't know this area, you'd be kicking stuff, you know, and that's what it sounded like. You know, oh, it's some metal can got kicked over, or you know, some soda bottle or something like that just got knocked around, and that's what it would sound like. You know, it sounded like somebody literally moving in the dark. So I, being me, went out. Let's see if you can see this. This is the actual knife that I went out there with, right? I still have it. Poor thing. It's been through so much. And so our choices were, I had the light machine gun, and he had a M4 with the 203 barrel underneath it. I'm like, well, I don't want to risk either of these weapons. So I said, shut the fuck up, I'll go. So I went, and I just got that knife. That's all I'm out there with. Even took my shirt off. You know, I'm out there. I'm looking for whoever the fuck this is. Because it's about to be a bad day for them, right? Hopefully. And I can't find him. And I can't find him, and I can't find him. I'm looking. I'm circling this area, right? Quiet as shit. And, you know, because we've been working in mostly in the dark, mostly in the night for like a long time. So, you know, we didn't need all the lights a lot of people seem to need now, right? You didn't quite need them like that. And I'm like, man, I know I would have gotten up on this person, right? And I can't fucking find him anywhere. What the hell is this? You know, of course, your adrenaline's amped up. You're hearing stuff move. You're expecting to find shit. You're expecting to find people. And, you know, when you find people and all you've got's a knife, that's what you're going to do, right? And, you know, because I didn't want to use the gun, because if I were to use the machine gun and just open up, then who the hell knows who else is out there, right? You don't know. So I'm looking. I'm like, God damn it. I'm out there for a while, right? And I guess I wasn't hearing that little fucking wimp ass state trooper there. For the record, my company commander at that time was also a state trooper, and I would not talk about him that way. So now that we established I don't dislike state troopers, I guess I wasn't hearing this guy call. And of course, him being him, he didn't go anywhere. He just fucking stood there. Didn't call anybody on the radio, even though he could have. Didn't do anything, because he'd rather just sit there and be fucking scared. So I'm maneuvering out there and I'm looking around, and finally I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't find these fucking people. What the hell's going on, you know? And so finally I'm like, all right, I guess it's Hail Mary time. Yes, right? So I decide I'm just going to go ahead and turn on a flashlight, and if somebody fucking shoots me, then to somebody I hadn't seen for the past, like, you know, I didn't know it was an hour. Right? You don't know it in times like that. And then it was through an area that I had already been through X number of times, and you know, in my head I'm like, all right, well, if I didn't find them, then they were that good and they don't deserve to be found. I guess it's just my time, right? All right, you win. That's the way it goes. Hey, no hard feelings, right? And so I turn this flashlight on, and it's a family of fucking hedgehogs, man. They were just sitting there digging in the trash thing that nobody told us was even there. There was a trash bin there, and there were like coffee cans. You know, like somebody had used like one of the old coffee can openers, so you have the like the chinks where it goes like this, you know, on the side. Not like the fancy pants stuff, you know, we got now. Of course, back then they already had those too. All right, moving on. So I see this hedgehog, and I'm like, God damn it, I want something for my time here, all right? So I clamped one of these hedgehogs inside of this coffee can. Shit. Inside of this coffee can. And what's the next thing I do? Well, I take it back so everybody else can see it. I can tell my story, and they can all laugh at me and shit, and talk about, you know, shit, I can't say that. God damn it. Sorry, I can't dox myself. Hell, I just realized I didn't finish the story for you for you guys. So I capture this hedgehog inside of this coffee can, right? And I take it back to the guys and I tell them the story, and they're all laughing and shit. Of course, if they would have been shitting themselves too, like I was, if they'd been in that situation. But you know, just because you're shit scared doesn't mean you can't act, right? And so I'm telling them the story. It's all a big fucking laugh, and so we ended up naming that hedgehog Alcatraz. Because he was the one that didn't get away, right? So he got captured and got put in the clink. Now we did bring him back to that spot, or at least close. We brought him back really close to it, and let him go, because we weren't going to keep him. You know, that would be cruel. That would be right. We weren't going to be able to properly take care of him, right? So I assume it's a him. It may have been her. I don't really know. This was like 20 years ago, so I'm pretty sure I couldn't ask him today if I ever saw him. So hey, thanks Alcatraz, man. It was a great 24 hours, and you gave me a thrill in my life that I still remember, my dude. Peace out.